So here we have a Goodman with a combination heat pump. Heat pump mode is actually running right now. But as you can see, got a lot of black gunk coming out of the condensate. It's usually a sign of poor combustion. In this case it definitely is, because this one has a bad heat exchanger. It's kind of on the beginning of failure, but we're going to go ahead and replace it. The exchanger is under warranty, but only for like 2.5 more years, so it needs to get done. So in order to remove the heat exchanger on this, we pretty much have to take everything out of here. So we're going to disconnect this union, thread this nipple out of the gas line. We're going to pull this vent off and remove this entire fitting out the top. Pull the combustion blower, pull the burners, pull the manifold, get all that stuff kind of pulled. And of course disconnect this tubing and take out all the screws that go around the perimeter of the heat exchanger, and then there's 3 from the top, and I believe there's 3 from the bottom. Actually no, we don't have to remove any from the bottom. So, fairly straightforward. I'm just gonna time-lapse pulling this all out of here. Getting everything actually pulled out of the furnace in order to get at the heat exchanger does take a little bit of time. You just kind of want to be careful. Make sure that you maybe take a couple pictures so that you for sure put the wires back where they need to be. Once you get kind of familiar with it, you don't have to do that. I generally try to keep all the screws like from the inside of the furnace in one pile and the screws from the outside in another pile. Just kind of work your way around and get everything free. To actually get the heat exchanger pulled out along the bottom, you only need to remove the screws below these little indicators every other, because these are the ones that actually tie into this plate. This plate kind of has like a castle shape, so it's cut down so this screw doesn't go into this plate, but this one does, this one doesn't, this one does. So you really only have to remove every other along the bottom here. And of course the ones up the sides, across the top, and down the other side. Use a screwdriver to break the foam gasket free along the top, and I usually take a channel lock and I just grab it into where the limit switch is and I begin pulling, but usually it's a little difficult to get it removed. Here I had some water spill out of the heat exchanger when I tipped it forward, so I just went ahead and plugged it with some paper towel and dried up the puddle of water that accumulated. For whatever reason, these heat exchangers are kind of hard to get out of the case. Sometimes you have to use a little bit of extra force to actually get it to pop out. I did not take this box out, but I probably should have, because it would have given me a little more space. Coil looks good. Blower looks good. The new and the old heat exchangers look pretty much identical. Don't think I see any actual holes through this one, so that's nice. Sometimes you'll get holes right on the edges of this loop right here. At least it's the most common that I see it. And looks like they got away with I don't think this is stainless steel. Yeah, not too bad. New one, just shiny but the same. For reassembly, if your unit came with some replacement gaskets, you'll just want to peel those off and stick the new ones on. This one actually did not come with new gaskets, so I just left the old gaskets in place on the heat exchanger plate. The gaskets in question are just an air seal between the plenum of the furnace and the electrical compartment. This little burner plate that's on here gets moved over to right here. These screws that hold the combustion blower in are just going into a small hole with no threads cut in it in the collector box, so I like to go and do these ones manually by hand because I don't want to strip them out. They're easy to strip out, and if you do strip them out, it ruins this collector box and you have to buy different ones, so it's worth running a few of these in by hand. Of course, the other screws can all be run in with an impact within reason, obviously. But none of these holes have any thread cut in them, they're just stamped, so you have to run the screws in. Of course, it's just a matter of reassembling. There were a few components, like some of these hoses go through and the condensate trap, that I actually took off of the furnace and went and washed before the final assembly. You don't want to put plugged up stuff back onto the furnace, so just make sure if there is something that needs to be cleaned, you do it before you put the furnace all the way back together. In this case especially, there was a lot of black sludge built up in the condensate trap and in the tubing. I like these Goodmans in that the condensate trap is just mounted on the outside of the furnace and is very easy to clean out. Pulled apart and cleaned the trap, put everything back together. Let's see if she lights. Beautiful. The old burners weren't actually that bad, but in the corners you can see they were kind of starting to crust over, so I just recommended a new set of burners, because if they're not quite burning right, it can take out the new heat exchanger pretty quickly. So go out and check the combustion, but we should be pretty much good to go. This all looks good. I don't think anything's going to be leaking here. Main blower should come on, and then we'll listen for smoke alarms, because sometimes the smoke alarms go off. This whole piece was really gunked up. Oh, we actually need to fill this trap with water too. I can smell the smoky heat exchanger, but we should be good.